Tell you what I did is, give me a second. Oh yeah, we ready. We ready. Hold on, let me lower that down. The last time I tried to do this, I just spiced up the flour. Right? This time what I did is I put the 11 herbs and spices on the chicken wings. I let that sit and marinate for over an hour, right? I put the spices on the meat, and then I spiced up the flour, and I let it sit in the fridge for over an hour. Let all the spices soak in. So let's see if we're gonna have a different result as far as flavor. Last time the flavor was okay. I like my food to taste like something. So yeah, we're trying a little different method this time. So here you have the wings, and the wings have the spices on the meat, and then you have the flour with the same 11 herbs and spices. So we doubled up on that. Okay. I think that's going to be enough for now. Okay, come here. Come on. Come on, sweetie. Come on. It's all right. You're going to be all right. You want to be by the door? All right, come on. I'm going to put you by the door, okay? All right? All right, let's get by the door. Okay, there you go. Okay? So I got to be careful how I pick you up. I'm having a lot of challenges with this cell phone. I got you connected to the cell phone, which is connected to, I just got it set up weird, but I'm doing what I need to do so that I don't lose you. I need to keep the phone continuously charging. I'm life is kind of interesting, but that's okay. All of us in YouTubeville understand some of the things that we have to go through to bring our content to you. Hold on now. I'm unraveling. Why am I doing all that? Because I want you to see what I'm doing. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you, El Salvador, mi gente. Thank you so much. Thank you, Yaki Snacky. So there you got that going. Okay? So we're giving this another shot. I give it another try. Okay. So basically I got to be real careful. The cell phone is on its, let me see. I got to make sure, we're at 35%. I got to make sure that you're still charging. Basically, I have this ginormous plug, and then I got my itty bitty little charge thingy connected to this very thick, very long plug, which is down on the floor. Okay. So yes, so you have the wings that the meat is spiced, and then the flour is spiced with the 11 herbs and spices, right? Now we have 6 wings going. We got 6 wings going. If you back it up a little bit, you can see them frying, okay? I came close to show you, all right? And we've got our heavy duty, our heavy pan. No, I can't have that little weak wimpy pan. Let me see. Right now, my time is 3:45 p.m. here on the West Coast. Now, I got to be careful. We don't want to overcook, but we don't want to cook it too slow either. So, I... Okay, let's just turn this over. And while we're waiting, I'm going to take the rest of the wings. This is a cupcake holder, yeah? So I'm going to put these back in the, put these to the side. They'll be fine for a little bit. Nah, I'm going to put them in the fridge. And then I want to make this Pioneer peppered gravy. Pioneer pepper gravy. And some smashed potatoes. I hope you're all right. Where am I hanging in there? Grandma's hanging in there. And I'm going to try my best to get all the stuff together for you. I'm glad that whoever is here, thank you so very much for joining me. I do appreciate you being here with me at my house. And basically, you have this prepackaged deal here. And you add a half a cup of cold water first. Before we do that, it's a half a cup of cold water and then 1.5 cups of boiled water to make this. And then we're going to do the instant mashed potato deal. Let me just turn that on. I got the milk, the water, black and white pepper, and a little black and white pepper in the rear pan. And this, the kitty cat is in her carrier. If I let her out of the carrier, she's going to come by my feet, and the plug is like something different. She's going to want to play with the plug. If she does that, the charging will stop and I'll lose connection. So we don't want to do that. She's been pretty good. Still jumping around like a kangaroo. So oh, wait a minute. Let me get the margarine. Let's put the margarine in with the butter and the water, the black pepper and the white pepper for the smashed potatoes. I didn't want to add too much to it because I do have the gravy. And then I've got a fresh bottle, just in case, of the Yum Yum sauce for the chicken to do a little bit of dipping. It all depends on the flavor of that chicken. But I love to dip. I love to dip the chicken wings, fish. So we're going to put the margarine. We got the rear going there. We got the water set to boil there. I really like this Yum Yum sauce. You can get it at your local Walmart. The original is good. I don't know if I've had the other. I can't remember, but this is pretty good sauce. You can dip French fries, onion rings, chicken, fish, what have you, into this sauce. Put a little bit on your plate or in a tiny bowl and do your dipping and have at it. So this right here requires half a cup of cold water first, and then 1.5 cups of boiled water to get that mixed in. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the process. Okay, we're frying up good. Of course, I cut that extra piece of the wing off of all of them. I got to tell you something. You may know this already. The prices of a lot of things are going way up. Remember, I was kind of fussing a little bit about the chicken wings the last time I got them at Walmart, prepackaged chicken wings. I got a little miffed that it was $9.99. Whenever I made chicken wings the last time, I don't know how many weeks ago that was. So I go in there and I'm just looking at stuff. And the same chicken wings, $12.44. It went up from $9.99. And about 8 days later or so, it's up to $12.44. That is quite a price hike, my friends. I'm just saying. I understand that, things are challenging in the country or whatever. But there are people that have not gotten a raise. There are people on a fixed income. The fixed income ain't going nowhere. Social Security went up 1 point something percent allegedly in October. It's supposed to, I think. Correct me in the comments if I'm incorrect. But that fixed in, the rents are going up and stuff like that. These people need to get a clue. They need to get a little bit of a clue. It's either the prices go up or the quantity is a tiny bit less. The bottle size is the same. The quantity is a little bit less. You're getting less of the quantity in ounces, and then you have the same price. Or the price is just going up, straight up, just going up. I was supposed to be doing this chicken from Mr. Tim's house, but I got kind of angry. I went to visit him. We had a normal visit. And then what they're doing on our little itty bitty highway is construction. So I drive all the way to his house. I'm spending time with him. I say, hey, I want chicken wings. I'm going to go home and cook. He says, well, I got a pizza. I go, maybe I'll cook them at your house. La la. So it's a half a cup of cold water and then 1.5 cups of boiled water. Where did I put that package so fast? For this right here. So I come back. I drive all the way to his house for the visit. Oh, wait a minute. I know that my itty bitty little rectangle house is not the most exciting thing. I understand that. When you drive out in the country to where Mr. Tim lives, and then we just set this to the side because we gotta do the smashed potatoes. You're on a normal street. You're onto the main highway, but when you live in the country, it's gravel roads and dirt roads. I gotta tell you, I hate driving on a gravel road with my small car. It gets all dirty. You got all the rocks kicking up, and my tires are not the best. You see? So I'm frustrated. I'm like, we need to turn this around. You need to come visit over here and sit outside with me here. See, Grandma's getting a little bit frustrated. So I'm thinking about that. I'm getting myself all upset, you see. Somebody just made a donation. Deborah Catch It by Faith. I love you so very much. Thank you so much for the Just Because Love gift. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. See, I want to say so much, but I got to be careful how I talk, and I must be respectful. The Heavenly Father requires me to be respectful. The Father requires me not to respond in anger. If you respond in fear, if you respond in frustration, if you respond in anger, once the words come out of your face, you can't take them back. So I'm frustrated. Then they're doing this construction. One route on the highway and you make a left, and then I'm on my way to his house. Well, all the left turns were blocked. They weren't on the way up. I left his house, went all the way back home. I fed my cat. I cleaned her potty box. I went all the way to the store. I got the chicken wings. I got the stuff. And I was going to do this at Tim's house yesterday. So I got all the stuff. This is my second trip. Okay, this is my second trip to his house. He's going to put the pizza in. I was going to come on live from his house and fry the chicken at Tim's house. But I'm so mad. I'm actually driving on the highway and it's extending. They won't let me make a left turn because of construction. So I did one of these looky-loos. It's starting to turn into a highway I don't recognize. I can get lost in a wet paper bag. My sense of direction is terrible. I'm looking back. I get away from all the construction workers. I made a left turn anyway. And then I backpedaled back this way and continued to his house. So by the time I got to his house, after all of that, I was just pissed off. I'm sorry to say pissed off. I was upset. I was pissed off. And so I arrive and I tell him about the road and how crappy it was and how mad I was about it. I go in the house. I'm putting the stuff on the counter. I took the stuff off the counter, put it back in the bag, and I said, I gotta go. Because I'm so angry that I'm liable to say something, you see. You don't want to be around me when I'm pissed off. Forgive me. Forgive me, y'all. I'm sorry. But when I get very angry, I become the kind of human you don't want to be around. I become unreasonable. I become unreasonable. I do. Why do you think I live alone? Why do you think I live alone? I become a very unreasonable human when I'm very angry, you see. And that is something I'm trying my best to work through. I confess I'm trying to work through that. You hear me? You hear little bits and pieces when I say I got angry. You hear a little bit of it, but you don't want to live with me. You don't want to live, you don't. But anyways, I digress. So he's confused, he's upset, he's trying to figure out what he goes, what's wrong? And he's getting that macho part of his voice. Tim is a very gentle person, but when he gets angry or he gets questioned, he wants to question me about something, his voice changes the octave and the octave gets deep. When the octave gets deep, listen to me now. When the octave gets deep, I get more angry. You understand? Are you getting a little bit of a taste as to why we didn't get married? Are you getting a little taste of that? So I'm like, okay, Home Slice is giving me the bass voice and I'm already mad. He's going to give me the bass voice. He's giving me bass voice and I'm getting more angry because I done made 2 trips to come to you. And I'm thinking in my head, you need to switch this up and come visit me. Instead of letting me carry my raggedy, almost bald tire, 84,000 mile vehicle over to the country, and I'm driving over pebbles and rock crap, right? And I'm scared about my tires. I'm scared about the gas, you see. Meanwhile, I'll pull up to your place and you got 8 vehicles. You understand? So Miss Raggedy with her baldy tire self is trying to visit. Yeah, I'm just frustrated. And now you're giving me the bass voice because you're pissed because I'm leaving. And you don't know why I'm leaving because you didn't do nothing. You're just sitting there. He didn't do nothing. I'm leaving because I don't want to say something that I'm going to regret. You don't want to be around me like that. I'm just turning the chicken constantly. I don't want it to burn. I'm 61 years old, and I know you're sick and tired. You're going to be my psychologist just for a few moments, okay? You're going to be my psychologist for a few moments. I am 61. I was raised in the 70s. Okay? I'm not saying you always have to do it, but I was raised at a time where men kind of were a little more takeovery. I like a man that kind of is takeovery. I like a man when he sees that, you know, I'm making 2 trips and stuff like that, and I'm making a lot of effort. You see, I don't like things unbalanced with men. I don't. And you may call me petty. You may call me ridiculous. You may think I'm out of pocket for my behavior right now. But I'm sitting here terrified about November and December and whether I'm going to have a place to live. You see, I got a lot of stuff going on in my head, and I don't have time right now for your bass voice. Please don't give me your bass voice. What I want to hear coming from him is, you know, you're definitely covered. I got you covered and you can pay me back. I need you to step up and reassure me now. Reassure me now. Please don't play with me. Reassure me. I'm just getting a mashed potato. Yeah, your girl got really angry, you know. I don't like soft men. I'm not saying he's soft. I'm not saying he's soft. But look here. You can handle your men any way you want to, my audience. You can handle your husbands. You all know the proper etiquette with wives and husbands. But Now, thank you, Regina. I appreciate it. Thank you, Eileen. Yeah, I can't handle. Oh, it's not a long drive, sister. It's not a long drive. The point is, I'm going to you. Going to you. Going to you. Going to you. You understand? Husband and not my boyfriend and stuff like that. I get that. Just doing, we're cheating. Yeah, I'm not running around. I'm not running around when I was single and dating people. I'm not running around. Even back then when I was young, I was never the prettiest girl on the dance floor. I was never Miss Hourglass. This is my shape right here. I was never Miss Hourglass. Okay? I was Miss Frankenstein forehead with a tough looking face, you know. But just because of that, it don't mean that I'm willing to accept anything because I'm not the prettiest girl in the room. You're not going to get me to accept anything because you kind of you know, you have me I don't know how to describe that. Sorry, I made them too stiff. No. Basically, I'm the kind of person that I'll go and live in my car before I kiss your rear end. Are y'all feeling me? You can't get me like that. You can't, you know, you can't strong arm me to kind of conform me to be a certain set way and have a tender conversation without me having an opinion. You're not going to do that to me. I'm a different kind of person. I don't allow men to grab me by the throat emotionally with their tongue. You see, I ain't like that. I'll be at the welfare office in a New York minute. cannot stand having a conversation. I got to add water because I made them too stiff. I cannot stand having a conversation where I feel like I got to walk about the potato chips and be a certain set way. No. I ain't kissing your butt. I ain't kissing your butt, and I ain't bowing down to you because you're not my husband. You're not even my boyfriend. I'm not going to bow down. And maybe I sound like I'm nuts, but, you know, oh well. No, homie. See, you can't. I'm a different kind of person. Forgive me. A man is not going to impress me because he has a lot of money and a lot of resources. I'm not talking about Tim right now at all. But you're not going to impress me because you have a lot of money. Not at all. You're not going to impress me if you have a lot of money and you got the nicest car in town and you got a nice looking house that's paid off. You don't impress me with that. I had a man in my life when I was single. When I was single and in my 30s, somewhere in there, in between husbands, right? This man had a lot of money. Oh, he had a lot of money. He owned a lot of real estate. Sure did. Okay, being straight up. All right? Boyfriend, girlfriend kind of go to the fancy hotel kind of thing, dinners at the expensive restaurants. I'm talking pulling up in a BMW. I'm talking, you know that change thing in the middle? Between seats, it's padded and you press it. It's got a spring lock and you open it. That's where you and I keep our quarters. That's where you and I keep our quarters and maybe a few singles for the tolls. Do you know what he had in his crumpled up $100 bills? He had $100. Listen to me now. This man had it. He had $100 bills just crumpled up in there. Easily $1,000 crumpled up. I am not exaggerating and I'm telling you the honest truth. But it was very empty. It was an empty kind of thing. See, you can't keep me like that. I had that. And I could have kept that going. But Oh, he had it now. He had it. A lot of people don't, lay all their business on their sleeve. I can lay all my business on my sleeve because I'm old now. And that's been decades ago. But I had that. You ever have a man with money, Miss Lynn? Sure did. Oh, he had a lot of money. See, I met him online. Right? And even my son was with me at that time. I can't remember my age. Late 30s, whatever. So the man pulls up for our first date. My son, I don't know if my son was 11 or 12, but he was old enough to know what a car was. Because my son looked out of our apartment door in Rochester, apartment window. He said, "Is that his car?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, you gotta hang on to him or something." My son, I said, "Shut up." I don't know if I said shut up. I can't really remember. I said, I don't know. Oh, he showed up and that thing was waxed. I could put my lipstick on and look at the car paint. It was so freaking shiny. I could see my reflection like a mirror and put lipstick on. I ain't even exaggerating. So anyway, he's talking. We're talking. And he's talking about all these properties. In my mind, I'm rolling my eyes. He's talking about all his stuff. About his properties. I own this, I own that, and I got this property here with this many acres. I'm like, Holmes, in my mind, I run ahead of a man in my head all day long, boo-boo. You gotta run ahead of a man in your mind. Especially if you're on a date and he looks like he's crazy. You gotta have your plan ahead of time. Let everybody know where you're going. Let everybody know the restaurant you're going. Have some Uber money and be ready. Just in case, if you're going out on your first date, make sure it's a restaurant, a very public park, a very public place. Be careful, which I always did. So he's going on and on about it, and he's naming the towns. And so I must have the thought of my mind, I couldn't hold the way my mind was thinking because it started to show on my face. It started to show on my face, right? I'll get to the chat in a minute. So he stops, he pulls over. He pulls over and he just looks at me. He goes, "You don't believe me, do you?" I go, "Not really." Just like that, because I didn't believe him. So he quick pulls out this ring of keys. He's got like 7 or 8 odd different keys on the key ring. This is a true story. I am not joking around. I'm serious now. So he pulls it out. Let me put some more chicken in here. And proceeds. He goes, "Would you mind if we took a little bit of a detour? I'll take you to a few places." I'm like, "I don't mind. Let's do it." You know. So he takes me to like this house. He goes up the steps. The house is empty. He unlocks the door. He takes me over, leave out of there. He takes me, I don't know how many miles away to like a business. He steps out of the car. He goes up to the business store. He unlocks the door. And he just looks at me with this little smile on his face. And then he takes me to a school. Now, this was an investment between him and 3 or 4 friends. They were gonna redo the school into a business. He walks up to the school. He goes, "Want to come in?" I'm like, "All right." So I get out of the car. He comes to the other side, old school. He opens up the car door. I'm all dressed up now. I'm dressed to the nines. I got on a dress. I got on heels. I'm dressed up, y'all. I got my good bra on, you know. You know, we got the good bra, the good Spanx, Shimon. You know, we put it all good. I'm smelling good. I got my expensive, what I consider expensive perfume. It's probably $20. No dollar store perfume for this one, you know. So we pull up. He gets a flashlight. Because it's dark outside. We walk up to the front door of a school, y'all, in upstate New York. I don't remember the town. And proceeds to go up to the school, sticks a big old key, opens the door. We're walking down, we're walking in a school. He takes me into the gymnasium. He takes me down by the locker rooms and stuff. This man was the real deal. And I'm just kind of laughing, right? I'm laughing. He's smiling, but he's not talking. He's like looking at my expression, because my expression and look like that was pure entertainment. That was better than taking me to dinner, just the look on my face. Oh, yes, indeed. It was really funny. So we're going up and down. Let me put some more chicken. So we're going up and down, and then he takes me out. Takes me back to. He locks the door. He's got a flashlight, y'all. I'm scared. I'm like, is that scary character from Halloween? Gonna come out with a mask on, you know, with dark clothes on. I'm looking around, you know, because the school is empty. The school is completely empty. Let me put the last 2. I'll tell you the last part. Ooh. Okay, we got that second batch going. Give me a second to empty this out. I'll give you the ending to the story in a second. I'm afraid to move you because I don't want the charge. See, this is on a constant charge because my phone's messed up. Child, I'm holding my YouTube channel together with wires. You understand me? Some people got a MacBook, you know? Some people got an iPhone and a MacBook. I'm looking at you through a cracked screen. My screen's all cracked, right? Seemed like my whole life has been like that. Let me rinse my dirty hands. And we're gonna get a plate together and sit down. I'll finish the story. Yes, see, I have my charger connected. It charges slow, but then the power is lost quick. So this is an extension cord. You see the long extension cord that's normally for stuff that you do outside? You see how thick that is? I got my phone charger connected to it, and I got it plugged in the wall so I don't lose power, so we don't go bye-bye. But here is the chicken. And you say, well, how is it different than the last chicken you met, which was kind of a fail, where the outside tasted okay, but the inside was plain and you were dipping? When you did that big thing with the KFC, I spiced the meat. I mixed the spices together in a separate container. I spiced the meat first, all over. I mean, I gave it a coat, Jack. It was wintertime, I gave it a coat. Then I took the flour and I mixed the 11 spices, the 11 herbs and spices that I had that list for. And so we got that doubled up with spice. We're going to find out if it tastes a little bit better. Of course, it's not going to have the consistency of KFC because KFC is done, from what I'm understanding, kind of like a pressure cooker type of deal. I'm just frying in the old school heavy pan. You know, that pan that Medea was talking about? Medea was in the movie and she said you just take a big old fry pan and clunk the man on the head. Well, I got my Medea pan over here. So, how you doing? So here's the chicken. Oh, that's right. I gotta take it off here and then put the mashed potatoes and gravy. I planned on another vegetable, but really it's about the chicken. I'll give you the end of the story. Hold on now. Hold on. All right, here's our smashed. Kind of like KFC. I didn't make any biscuits. I thought about biscuits. I said, I'm taking it too far. My chunky hips don't need no biscuits. Let's just keep it real. I'm sorry that I'm not looking at the chat. So here's that, where's that thing at? A pepper gravy. That's the pepper gravy, that little envelope. So let me bring it closer. Let's go ahead and pour the, chicken wants to jump on it. Let's pour the pepper gravy. Okay, there is the pepper gravy. So we got chicken and mashed potatoes and gravy, boo-boo. And I have to slowly pick you up so we don't lose the charge. So there you are. Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for the food that you've given me. Please bless this meal that you gave me, Father, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. Ooh, y'all. Oh, sweating. Get some water. Now, see, I got to pick up the plug so it don't tug on the, it's crazy. I said one way or another, it wouldn't charge. Before I got on the air, I'm sticking it in, taking it out, moving it around, wiggling the back. You know how you stick the plug in the bottom of the phone and the thing you stick it in, the port, is kind of wiggly? And so you kind of turn it to the side, and then that little lightning bolt comes up, that little insignia, and you're like, hallelujah, it's charging. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. That's what you and I are dealing with right here. All right. See? Like this. You know you didn't have to say that, eh? I just tell you. I don't hide nothing. What am I hiding that for? And then I gotta make sure that we're unraveled a little bit. Turn you this way. Hey, I'm doing what I gotta do. This ain't no feel sorry. This ain't no feel sorry thing. Okay, boo-boo, you do what you gotta do. There's a lot of people that still use their laptops that are 8 years old on the YouTube, and people be complaining, well, you use the same laptop. Why don't you just get a better laptop? Because ain't nobody got no MacBook money. Who got $800 throw at a laptop? We're going to take, if we put together $800, we're going to pay rent. We're not going to get no MacBook. Nothing wrong with MacBook. Nothing wrong with having $2,000 worth, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 worth of equipment. Ain't nothing wrong with a $1,000 camera. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're dealing, everyone has a different deal. Nothing against anybody. Come on, sham out. I'm just moving the chicken around. Let me turn it around. I'm still here. I'm sorry you're looking at the wall, but I can't move you around. I just got to turn it over. It's white on one side and kind of a little bit crispy and light brown on the other. So we got to turn it over. We can't let it get burned on one side. So anyways, the guy takes me, oh, I need a fork or a spoon or something. The guy takes me to all these places. The last place the guy takes me, his name was Steven. I remember his name. His name was Steven. I'm sorry, you're crooked. His name was Steven. That man was fine as all get out. That was a good looking man. That was a very good looking man. His teeth were a little jacked up, kind of crooked like mine, but I don't care about that. I don't care if you got crooked teeth. I don't care if your hair is a little bit thin. Yeah, that don't bother me. How's your character? Are you psycho? Are you a gentleman? Some people get too fussy. You watch too many. Some women are watching Instagram and they're looking at romance novels and they're looking at movies and they're acting like Billy D. Williams or Denzel Washington is going to come floating wearing a bow, have on a what do you call that? Well, a tuxedo. That's not reality. Reality is a man's going to be wearing some blues and working as a mechanic, working as a factory worker. Most men. There are men that have their online businesses now. I know the atmosphere is changing as far as how you get your money. I understand that. But some people are living in a dream world. They think they're going to get Mr. 6'5" that makes $500,000 a year. That's not reality. You may be able to pull that. Maybe. It just depends on you and your situation, your personality. But if he's got more resources, he's going to be a little bit picky. That's just a reality. I'm just talking about the earthly way the earthly way that people can be, okay? That's just a reality in today's world, No, you should not settle for some sort of a dog. I'm not saying that. I'm not talking about looks. I ain't talking about looks. I'm talking about that someone's disrespectful and tries to treat you really badly and thinks that you're desperate and you have to accept his rude behavior. No, my size 11 will kick you out my door and then I'll go get my little friend. Say hello to my little friend. Get out. All right, keeping it on the real. Stop talking this way, Miss Lynn. That's not correct. Oh, hey. So we get back to the car. There's your chicken. Looks pretty good. And there's your mashed. And he opens the door. He lets me in. I tuck my skirt under. I slide my legs over. I'm sitting like this. I got half a smile on my face. I'm laughing, I'm kind of laughing because of the whole experience was really funny to me. And then he looks around. He turns his head. He turns on the dome light because he wants to get a look at my face. So he turns on the dome light. He turns around and he just smiles at me. He goes. Do you believe me now? Then he sort of slides back. Do you believe me now? And I chirp back, yes. We just drove and went to the restaurant. That was our first date. Let me get in the chat for a second before I take a bite. Wow, that is great, Miss Ray Ray. I got to check out Best Buy. Thanks for letting me know. Nice to meet you too. Hey, Faith Joy. Hey, Music Thor. Hola. Hola, hermano. Hey, Mama Ray Ray in the kitchen. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. I praise and thank Almighty God that you're getting better and better. Praise God, because you have been down. You have been down the road, Miss. Let me slide back and thank you, Joanna McLeod. Again, Mama Ray Ray in the kitchen. Mama Ray. Let me slow my roll. Mama Ray Ray in the kitchen, who is an excellent cook. She does more than that. Thank you, Trish Oliver. Trish Oliver, if you want to send it, you can go ahead and send it. I think I can work that. That's up to you, sister. Before you even think about putting it in the box, pray about it, because you may need that iPhone 6 as a backup, Sister Trish. Okay? So please, before you know, when I'm off here or whatever, just pray about that and be sure. My feelings won't be hurt if you change your mind. My feelings will not be hurt if you change your mind, honey. But if you want to send it, pray about it first. And make sure that you have peace in your heart with the Father, that you really want to let go of that phone. Because those kinds of phones are not, they are expensive. May I make it plain? Thank you for the offer. I'm very grateful. I'm very humble. Diaz World, thank you so very much. Deborah Catch It by Faith again, thank you for your donation. And thank you for being here. Faith Joy and Deborah Catch It by Faith moderators, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. True Performance 2 Perfume 2. This sounds like me on first date. Yes, Faith Joy. Yes, not Dollar Tree perfume from a first date. This is so funny. I do that. That is just so me. I can relate. Exactly. You know, like my son says, and before my son said it, many people have said this. When a man or a woman, well, they say it about, us ladies say it about the men, that they will, you're not meeting the real dude, you're meeting the representative. You know, he's going to come smelling good. Everything's going to be ironed. He's going to hold the door open. If he wants a second date, he's going to make a very good first impression. And you kind of, if you're a little bit older, you've been on so many dates, you've had boyfriends, maybe even some husbands, a husband, and you know the deal, you know a phony, you know somebody, if he's just seeking just to run to the bedroom, you just know by the conversation, you know. I've been on so many dates, it's ridiculous. Hey, Olivia Sosvila. Let me just do one big slide. And Wanda Louisiana style was the first in, and Yaki Snacky. El Salvador, mi gente. Woo-hoo. Hola, hermanos y hermanas. Mucho amor. Thank you, Leslie V. Thank you, Edward Smart. Thank you, Momsy and Kuya Kenneth. Happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday to Kuya Kenneth. That's her son. That's a mom and son team. My sister sent me an article about class action suit for being overcharged for chicken. I told her that I would not sign up because the prize is probably more chicken. Yacky snacky, the prize is probably more chicken or coupons. They probably give us a live chicken. They probably give us a chick, like a little chick. Expect us to raise it, and then you know what we got to do before we can cook it. Thank you, Eileen Leany Perez. She plays music on her ukulele. And does shorts for the most part. She sings. She's got a beautiful voice. And she's beautiful inside and out. So if you want to hear some music, on the ukulele with a beautiful voice. That's my sister Eileen Lini Perez. Thank you, Leslie V. Thank you so much. Deborah, Catch It by Faith. And Dan Anderson. Love you too, baby. I love you too, Dan Anderson. I love you too. You get a free electric guitar concert almost every day on Dan Anderson's channel. If you're into hearing, hey, I can't play, but if you're into hearing stuff like that, and that rocks your world, you want to hear a little bit of music like that, Dan Anderson is your man for a free concert almost every day of the week. And if he doesn't have the concert go, I call it a free concert, right? Because the man can play, all right? He's no amateur. He does like 1.5 minute videos. You can get a taste of it. So you can like maybe watch a couple of the 1 minute videos and then get a taste and see if you like it. LNMC, thank you so much. Come on, LNMC. Sometimes doing nothing is doing something. Exactly. Exactly. And thank you, Sister Regina. And my friend from Korea, thank you so very much, my friend from Korea. I don't know how to pronounce your name because your name is in Korean, but thank you all the way from Korea. Thank you. Yeah, you're right about the spoiling part, Sister Deborah. You're right about that. Let me stop. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I got to turn the chicken over one more time. I don't want it to burn. I'm sorry to get out of frame, but I ain't letting the rest of this chicken burn. Let me turn it over, then we're going to... Okay. We already thanked the Heavenly Father for the food. Again, we put the 11 herbs and spices on the meat. And then mixed it together and sprinkled it all over. And then we put it in the flour. And then we just fried it up in the Madea, in the Madea pan. We thank the Lord for it already. See if this is any better. Oh yeah, that's good. Hold on. Baby, that's a lot better. Now, of course, with the spices on the meat, it's a lot better. It's a lot better, my beloved. That's a lot better. It needs salt. I just did a little sprinkle of salt. That's good. You see how quick I'm eating that? You know it's good. I'm hardly tasting it. It tastes good. And it's 11. You probably can't see the spices, but because it's fried up. Baby, I'm about to tear these wings up. Really, really good. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I put them spices on there. And then I stuck it in the fridge for about 1.5 hours. I let all that stuff soak in. I let it soak in, baby. I let it soak in. I'm telling you right now. See how that, look at that. Look at that good. Look at that golden goodness and tender. Cooked just right. KFC, you can have a seat, Colonel. Sit your butt down. Sit your blessed assurance down, boo. Cooked so good, you can eat that little piece of meat right there. That is a 180. Spice the meat and let them spices soak in the meat, boo. Let the spices soak into the meat and the spicy flour. Baby, that's coming clean off, baby. I'm telling you. You notice I didn't add any salt to it. I didn't even dip it. It's that good. If you, I gotta go to my other video with the KFC. I'm gonna copy the 11 herbs and spices from there, and I'll put it under this once it becomes a video, okay? So you have them. So basically, you mix the spice. A lot of you already know how to fry chicken. 99.9 probably fried chicken better than me. Yes, you do. I'm not ashamed to say that. Come on, sisters. Come on now. But I put the 11 spices together, mixed them really well. I covered the meat in the spices, and then I did the same for the flour. And then I did the dipping, had it all coated, and then I refrigerated it. I just trying, I just want to see, could I do it? That's just mashed potato. Let me taste the mashed potato. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a winner. Baby, you got a winner here. Mm-hmm. And no, I did not. You know how I love adobo. You know how I love sazon. No adobo and no sazon, which in my mother's kitchen is against the law. It's against for my mother, that's against the Puerto Rican law. No adobo, no sazon. Tú eres loca en la cabeza. You're crazy. You know how when you first put fish to fry or chicken, when you put that cold meat in the grease or in the oil, it's loud. But as the meat is starting to heat up and to cook, the temperature is slowly rising, the meat is cooking inside, and then the frying sound, it just gets a little bit, it's not as loud. It's just a gentle frying sound. I remember my mother-in-law at the time. She was frying some chicken. I was in the kitchen trying to learn. I'm trying to learn. She's frying the chicken. She says, now listen. She dips that big old piece of coated chicken in there. And she flipped it over, still making the sound. She was about to take it out of the pan. She said, come here. She goes, now listen. I'm listening. She can see how quiet that is. She goes, that meat is cooked to the meat in the middle is cooked to the temperature of the grease. Something like that. Some kind of wording like that. Why am I saying that? Because my chicken is starting getting real quiet. It's ready to go. Let me see. Can I do this? There we go. Oh, yeah, she's ready. My second batch is ready. Where's my paper towel? Oh, there's a paper towel. Okay. Where's my tongs at? Child, I'm all unorganized. Where's my tongs? Oh, here we go. All right, let's turn this off. Let's turn that off. Let's get this. Oh, yeah, baby. It's ready. Okay, let's get this out. The rest of that. Child, I got chicken coming out of my ears. I live by myself. Oh, yeah, you gotta cook it. You gotta cook it. Oh, I'm sorry. You gotta cook it in the Medea pan, boo boo. I call it the Medea pan because of that movie. You gotta have your heavy iron skillet or your Medea pan, baby. I suppose you can cook it in another pan as long as it's fairly heavy pan. But oh yeah, we coming up with round 2, baby. Well, there you have round 2, baby. Come around the corner with me. Oh. I see somebody made a donation because it said $5. Ken Act of Kindness, though that's my prize. Thank you so very much, Ken Act of Kindness. Ken Act of Kindness had a giveaway. Ken Act of Kindness had a giveaway. Thank you so very much. Muy bueno español, CJ Mendoza. Tú eres Latina. Tú tenga Latino last name. I don't know Spanish either, just a little. My father is from Colombia and speaks better Spanish than English. Me, I am very New York. Yeah, my Spanish is terrible. My Spanish is terrible. People laugh at me. I only know a little because Gilbert, my siblings, their father, he told my mother, "You're in America. Talk to them in English." I wish my mother would have talked to me in Spanish and English. I would be bilingual. And that's the mashed potatoes with the pepper. It's a pepper. My mind went completely blank. It's a pepper gravy. A pepper gravy. It came in a little envelope. Half a cup of cold water. 1.5 cups of hot water. You blend it with the cold first, and then you put the 1.5 cups of boiling water in after. And that is the gravy. It's a white looking gravy. Oh, that's good. I like that taste because it's not salty. It's flavorful, not salty. Get out of here, fly. It's salty. Mmm. That's a good gravy. That'd be a very good gravy on biscuits. I think it's more for biscuits, but I like it on the mashed potato. Hmm. Yeah, I had the best. In my humble opinion, I want a little bit of salt. I'm cheating. I want a little salt, but I loved how where I was raised, where you had people speaking Spanish, talking English. And you had black, white, Puerto Rican, and in the Caucasian community, Polish, Italian, you know, and we just all grew up together around each other and we're friends. And kids, just friends, you know. The devil's just running rampant and trying to separate people by race, by if you do this or not. Y'all know what I mean. If you do this or not. The devil is just sitting there tricking people left and right, trying to divide people, trying to divide families. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. You do what you feel you need to. If you're a germaphobe and you gotta sit outside with Auntie, sit outside with Auntie, but don't not visit her. Go over to Auntie's house, sit outside, or go to an outdoor diner where you could eat outside. Get a meal together. Each of you bring your sandwiches or whatever. Go out to a park and sit together. Don't let the devil divide your family. Don't let the devil divide your friendship because some people are saying yes and no. I know I've been chirping. You're probably sick of me saying that, but I just hate to see people that were friends for years, let Satan step in through circumstances that are not either one or either side. If you want to say side, that's anybody's fault. This come upon us. This came upon us. We didn't ask for this. We didn't ask for this. The devil is busy working through the unsaved, the unlearned. I get tired of that. Don't worry, the Lord has got all these people that are of a freaking fly. Go away. The Lord's got all these devils, the unrepentant. I'm not talking about the persons that are repenting, even if they're 80 years old, but the unrepentant, the unrepentant that are leading, or whoever is lying about anything, if any lies are being told to any of us. Oh, they're going to be in a line. We're all going to be in a line going before the Lord. They're going to be joining us. Nobody gets past God. No, you don't. You hear of people getting all kind, people getting all kinds of upset. I had somebody get in my comments. I think she unsubscribed to me. No, you mean to tell me you're gonna live alone forever? Yes. Do you see a Billy D. Williams or a Billy D. Williams or a Denzel Washington looking man at my door trying to court me? No, you don't. I'm by myself. Please don't hate on me because I made a decision for my own self. Why are you gonna do that? Why are you gonna hate on me? I don't live near you or with you. Oh, well, what if you get sick? You're gonna go to the hospital and you may hurt people. Da, 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 da. Come on now, talk to me like that. Don't hate Grandma. Don't hate me. I can't make you love me. Don't. Stop. Stop. And all of a sudden, I'm the devil's daughter because I made a decision for myself. If I went to New York, I'm gonna leave in a few minutes, okay? If I went to New York, I went to Connecticut, and then I said, hey, I'd contact Catherine Friends and Deborah Ketchup by Faith because Connecticut's not that far from New York City. If I met them in person, I'm gonna meet them. I'm gonna have a mask on. I'm not gonna be all up in their grill. I would never do something like that. I want us all to be comfortable, but that's not going to stop us from sitting outside or sitting across from one another in a restaurant. Or, like I say, if they would be uncomfortable being real close, we could sit outside. We could order takeout. We can go to a park and sit down and get our cell phones out and do videos live, just chilling, walking outside. I'm not going to visit you, be 2 inches from your face without a mask on. But if we sit outside, we just try to chill. Everybody knows what they're supposed to do. You know? Oh, yeah, people are just, Hey, Faith Joy. And then Deborah Catch by Faith. Shame on anyone that let the jab separate them. My daughter told me that the other grandmother on a low want her to visit because my grand doesn't have her shot. Excuse the words that, don't get me started, Deborah Catch It by Faith. That's crazy. You could come, if you know what, grandma, auntie, best friend, cousin, whoever that is, you know something? Grab a lawn chair. Come on. Grab a lawn chair. We're going to order some pizza and wings. We're going to have the pizza and wings delivered. I'm going to bring some drinks. You see, they're in a closed container. If it makes you even more comfortable, I'll put on plastic gloves and hand you your drink. And we're going to sit outside. Bring the speaker out, play some music, chill in the backyard or out front. And, we don't have to be like this. That's all right. But don't make that baby feel unwanted. I don't know how to describe that. Kind of a sense of rejection. Well, for years I would always come over. I'll do that for you, Grandma. I'll sit outside. We can FaceTime. And if I visit, I will sit outside with you. I'll bring my own doggone lawn chair. I'll bring my own lawn chair. And we're going to see, grab your coffee, your tea, and we're going to sit outside and have a visit. And then if we want to take a picture together, I can come over with my mask. I know this sounds crazy. I can come over with my mask and I'll let you, we'll take a current picture together. I'll just pull it under my chin. We'll just go like this real quick and take a nice picture together. And then I'll step back and put my mask up. Can we figure this out? Come on, people. Can we figure this out? I know that sounds crazy the way I described it, but there's some people that are absolutely terrified and petrified. I am like paranoid, like a bit paranoid. So I would never approach, if I were able to come and visit any one of you in person, I would never do that. I would never come up and just, I would not do that. I would not do that. No, I wouldn't. I want you as comfortable around me as possible. And if it takes us just ordering out and chilling outside, grandma's fine with that. We're getting to see each other, take some videos together, have a little fun. We can go into the store together and go shopping, just like you go into Walmart with your mask and your gloves, or just your mask, and be around people. We can be around each other in our mask, going into the Dollar Tree, into the whatever. Shaman. There are ways, and we can figure this out. There are ways, and we can figure this out. The thing can't float, all in, me just standing there outside. Nothing's going to jump off me, go 10 feet over and jump on you and jump in your nose and down into your lungs. Come on. Can we just really think now? Come on now. Come on now. We can do it respectfully. We can do it carefully and respectfully. And if I make the phone call to anybody and they say, no, I'm not comfortable, that's fine. I'm not going to get upset. This is really, really good. I'm telling you. See there? If you just got here. That's just mashed potato for my plate. You there? And once again, I apologize to those of you that have been here for a bit of a while. The 11 herbs and spices, I'll list them underneath. You put them on the meat. Mix them together first. Put them on the meat all over. You put them in the flour. And then you do the shake and bake deal. And then I took that chicken in a plastic container. Actually, it was a Dollar Tree cupcake container, because I couldn't find I found the lid to my bowl, but I couldn't find the bowl. I said, well, the chicken will fit in this thing. Put it in the fridge for a bit over an hour, and then I just fried it on air. But that's the result if you want to see up close. Just your regular flour and the 11 herbs and spices. Put it on the meat and in the flour before you coat. And then a heavy skillet. In my humble opinion, a heavy skillet works the best. Unless you have a Teflon lined heavy skillet as well. I got the Medea, I call it the Medea skillet, you know how she has in her movies? She has the character that Tyler Perry plays. And, talking about she's got that skillet and she's flipping around so you can whack the guy on the head, So I got my Medea skillet. It's weird. When the chicken, it's still slightly warm. What I'm finding, if the chicken sits for a few minutes, you know how they say let a steak settle before you cut it? Let the turkey or the ham settle before you slice into it, right? I'm yip-yapping. It tastes a little better. I can taste the spices more as it's not quite so hot. I know I sound ignorant. I'm just describing what I'm tasting and how it is. It tastes it's kind of weird when it kind of settles. It tastes a little bit better even. Nice and juicy. It's not dry. Not dry. Nice and juicy. And like I say, I cut off that extra little piece of wing. I just cut that off. But anywho, that is the KFC 11 herbs and spices fried wings, my beloveds. I would like to thank each and every one of you that came in. And thank you so very much, Ken, Act of Kindness, for delivering your prize. He put my name on a wheel, and it was late one night last week, and I happened to be one of the winners, and he came in to give me my winnings, and so we did it via the super chat. And Deborah, Catch It by Faith, also made a generous donation. Thank you so very much. And I'd like to thank all of you for this. The donation of your time. Time is a gift. Once you give the gift of time, your precious time, you can't get it back. It's an absolute gift that each and every one of you that came in, all of you gave me a gift today. Thank you so much for that. And thank you so very much to those of you who are choosing, if you have the time, to go to one of my playlists, put your earbuds in, put the sound nice and low, have the sound on a little bit with the earbuds, and you're allowing a playlist to play in the evening if you choose to. Thank you for that as well. Thank you so very much for what you have done. I'm very grateful. Please keep me and Mr. Tim in your prayers. Excuse me. Keep Mr. Tim and me in your prayers. It'll be okay. It's just everything just kind of built up. And I think I made a wise decision just to go home. I made a wise decision just to come home. So the next time he sees me, I'll have a smile on my face and I won't be cray cray. Take care, everybody. Love y'all. So long just for now. And thank you once again.